Guardians of the Galaxy 3 dropped this weekend, and it is not looking to be the smash hit they were hoping for, and this is very telling for the future of the MCU. A couple weeks ago, I did an extremely scientific community poll, and about a third of people were looking forward to the Guardians movie, and then they were done with the MCU. Another third was on the fence, agreeing that the franchise needs help overall, and hoping that Guardians could boost morale. The point here is, this movie was the release of the year. Of everything Disney is putting out in 2023, Star-Lord and the crew was going to perform the best. If this is the best, it should be terrifying for everything else. And what it teaches us is the MCU is well and truly dying, and Marvel has no one to blame but themselves. They decided to oversaturate the market with mediocre crap and make all of it required watching homework if you hope to understand what was going on. The problem with linking the whole universe together so tightly is that everything rises or falls together, and even a supposedly good movie like Guardians 3 can't escape the baggage of Phase 4. I say supposedly good because I haven't even seen it. I am a part of the audience that doesn't trust Marvel anymore, and I'm not going to just go pay to see whatever they put out. I'm just going to wait for it to come on Disney+. I didn't make any content about this movie or any predictions or whatever, so I have nothing to prove or gain or anything by seeing this movie, and I'm just not that excited about it. I'm probably going to go have to see The Marvels because I made a bunch of predictions about it. Now I've kind of backed myself into a corner of having to buy a ticket. Same thing with Elemental and maybe even Little Mermaid. Now, Guardians is still going to make a profit. Let's not be dramatic, but the numbers coming in are very telling. This weekend saw a worldwide opening of $280 million, with just 115 of that being from domestic audiences. Compare that to the original's domestic weekend of 94 million, not adjusted for inflation, and the sequel opening up at 145 million. This paints a picture of a series that peaked in the last film, and now fewer people are showing up, mostly just to see their favorite characters get wrapped up. For a recent comparison, Wakanda Forever opened up to a $330 million opening weekend and finished its theatrical run right at $800 million. If Guardians 3 follows a similar track, it's probably going to land just behind Wakanda. My personal prediction is a final tally of about 700, maybe 725, and that's just based on general MCU trends. The reviews seem okay, so it might get a little boost second weekend and maybe hit that 800 mark, but I kind of doubt it. The budget on this one has been $250 million, and the marketing campaign was huge just to get the medium numbers that they're getting. I will not be shocked at all when Deadline reports later that they needed $600 million just to break even. I don't think anybody's doubting this movie is going to end up in the black, but it's not enough to rebuild momentum for this brand. The reviews for this movie are really funny. It is so obvious that everyone wants to love it, but they clearly don't. I've seen multiple reviews that are aching to tell you it was amazing, but they just can't. It's plain this movie doesn't live up to its predecessors. It's also being held down by Marvel's recent reputation for making middling projects. Ant-Man barely broke even, possibly lost money. The Marvels is in development hell, and nobody's excited about that. Thor: Love and Thunder is used as a slur to describe screwing up a good thing. The entirety of Phase 4 was very meh, and since Marvel have marketed their movies and shows as a whole package, the loss of momentum caused by these other movies is dragging down what probably would have done well otherwise. We're seeing the same thing with another Disney wing, Lucasfilm. They decided to take the Marvel route and began pumping out average content for the quantity over quality method. It all began with that abhorrent sequel trilogy, then continued on with projects like Solo, and the results are showing, with Mandalorian Season 3 ratings being the lowest of all three. Andor was watched by almost no one, despite being very highly rated by the handful of people that actually saw it. The buzz for Ahsoka is dampened by their recent entries, and honestly, only die-hard Ahsoka fans are going to be tuning in at this point. Disney wasted their potential on terrible shows, and Ahsoka will likely suffer for it. Again, by tying everything together and making all the shows in the universe rely on each other, the weaker ones are dragging the whole thing down. But what are your thoughts? Is Guardians 3 Marvel's last gasp of profitability? Will Ahsoka get dragged down by Star Wars' recent tepid entries? Let me know what you think. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.